Morning. So I wanted to hop on this early because okay, so I was taking a break for a couple of days for my birthday. We went away and all of the good stuff. But of course, you know me, I'm still doing a little bit of work. And so, not necessarily work, but I've been like learning work, which I always love. So I'm taking this challenge about challenges because I will tell you that a challenge is coming. So how meta, right? That I'm taking a challenge about a challenge. And one of the things they've been asking us is our unique point of view. And I only got like 20% battery, so I'm going to talk faster than my usual, right? But I want to make sure you guys get this before my phone dies on me. But they've been asking us about our unique point of view. And I've been kind of, going through, I teach SEO. You guys know that. I help people get found online. You guys know that. But like, what's the unique point of view? Like, what's the point of view that makes it different? What's kind of like the game changer or the earth shaker or, the thing that's just different from what everyone else is telling you? And even about, not like about business or about marketing, because I already know I'm different, right? But even about SEO, like what makes what I do different than what everyone else does? Hey, Michelle. Hey, Shell. God, Natasha, Michelle. I can't even say everybody's name, right? A lot of folks on this morning. Good morning, guys. This might be a good time for us. So, thinking of the unique point of view that I put in as the title of today, one of the things that is unique about the way I look at SEO and the unique about the way I teach SEO, teach marketing, teach business, like it all drives from one place, is the importance of your content. You guys have heard me talk about this over and over and over again. And really and truly, like the title of this, the content you create will help to drive the business that you want. And let me explain what I mean by that. Or let me tell you what I mean by that. If you look at a business, you look at any business, whether it's a influencer that you watch or a blog that you read or a TV show that you like or a store that you shop in, what's the reason why you choose those people? The reason why you stick with those people, the reason why you love those people, the reason why is because they created some really good content. They created some videos, they created some blog posts, they created something that has you continuously coming back and coming back for more. They created something that was like no other. You even think about something as simple as Pepsi compared to Coke. Now, personally, I don't really drink Coca-Colas or soda at all, but I know people that are diehard Coke and diehard Pepsi. And what do they have? Other than they've got the great commercials, which is what really solidified them. They had the great commercials, they had this great stuff, but they've also got their own unique recipe. They've got their own unique foundation that a Coke and a Pepsi drinker can definitely tell you the difference between the two. I don't even drink them and I can tell you the difference between the two. Like I can tell that there's a fundamental difference. So what I see businesses getting out here to do is not creating that foundational content, not creating that fundamental difference. Instead, we jump right to Facebook ads. You guys can't see my hand. Facebook ads. Once you see the whole hand situation going on here. But we jump right to Facebook ads or we jump right to posting in groups. And that doesn't make us unique. That doesn't make us unique at all. It actually makes us look like everyone else. Some of you guys know I just released the early access for my content writing product, my SEO writer. And if you guys aren't on the wait list for my SEO writer, head over there and get on that wait list. You are going to want to. But I just released that early access this week. Yes, while I was away, I was working a little bit. But I released that this week. And one of the things I brought up is that as I started working on this, you know how the algorithm goes, right? As I started working on this, I started getting hit with a bunch of different type of online tools, that people have created. 90% of them I'd never heard of before. Never heard of. And 99% of them, other than doing my market research, I would never buy. And I would never buy because I'd never heard of it. I was seeing these ads that I know people spent lots of money on. I'd never heard of this thing. And I probably wouldn't buy because they all looked very similar. And more importantly, all they had was that ad. I go to their page and all they do is talk about their thing. I go to their site and all they do is have stuff about their thing. There was nothing that made me categorically different, no content that helped me get to know them or their point of view better, nothing that really talked me into or convinced me that they were really the best option for this particular thing. There was none of that. All there was ads and sales and surface stuff. Just surface stuff, just on the surface. And a lot of our businesses are doing that. A lot of our business we're putting up the front, but there's absolutely nothing behind us. You guys can't see my hand. Nothing behind us. That's my neighbor behind us, by the way. But so there's actually nothing behind it, and that's where your content comes in. Your content is that foundation. Your content is actually the thing. If no one knows you, if you're newer in business, or you don't have over like 10,000 people following you on any given platform, don't be combining numbers, on any given platform, then you are still kind of at the level where people need to get to know you. The first people need to get to know you. And no one can get to know you if all you have is surface level stuff, surface level things. The other thing I'm going to tell you, and the reason why we talk about the site so much, is that even with this live, that will make it onto my site, by the way. Even with this live or any lives, that when we do put out content, because you're sitting there thinking, well, I do lives, I do this, I do these, shows in my Facebook group. I don't know what I just did. I do all these things, but it stays right where it is. So you know what's happening? You ever see like a Jello and like somebody like pokes in the Jello but they don't break the thing. They poke in the Jello and it kind of wiggles and goes back up to its regular form. That's what happens every time you create content somewhere somebody can't find it later on. All you're doing is poking, wiggle, 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 and then you go right back to the surface of being unknown. Poking, wiggle, 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 then you go right to the surface of being unknown. Because you aren't putting your stuff on such a solid foundation where people can find you, where people can easily see where you are, where you can continue to share over and over and over again, not having to boost it, not running ads to it, but you can just put your own stuff out there. Because you aren't putting that stuff out on that sustainable platform, you aren't really making a dent. You were never just taking a spoon and like clipping into that whole thing of Jello. You were never actually making a dent. You were poking at the surface, and maybe you're wiggling just a little bit, and people see, the people that are there at the time see it, but the next person that comes, all they see is the surface. They don't see anything. Because you've literally just put yourself on a place where things just go by. Things go by people. Like I said, this live will not live here forever. Maybe people will see it today. Maybe people will see it tomorrow. Hopefully some of you guys shared for me already. So you'll share it out. That's great. And then within 2 days, it'll back to the surface. Back to the surface. Unless I take this and put it on my site and make it sustainable and repeat this message, put it on my channels. Unless I do that, I am never going to break through. And so that, like I said, is the reason why I wanted to talk about this. And I know it's kind of early. I appreciate you guys for being here. Apparently a couple of us are up early and a happy Labor Day. It is Labor Day weekend. Labor Day is like unofficially one of my favorite holidays. And I say unofficially because my birthday is September 2nd. And so I am what I call sometimes, quote unquote, sometimes Labor Day baby. Sometimes Labor Day baby means every 6 to 7 years, depending on how leap year falls, every few years, I get a holiday on my birthday. All the other days or all the other years, I don't get a holiday on my birthday. Like this year, it was on a Wednesday. How random is a Wednesday birthday? But we made it happen because we left on Tuesday. We did not come back from Friday. So I was away on my birthday on my Wednesday. And it was actually good because it wound up being midweek. And, midweek is like quieter and better prices and all the other good things. So it actually was a pretty good getaway. And I think I will do more midweekers because we can, right? But I go back to all that to say the reason why I wanted to talk about this, the reason why I wanted to hop on about this is because, and although it's a holiday, so again, I appreciate you guys for being here, is that, people, my mom's texting me while I'm talking, although we seem to be, or we feel like we're doing a lot, some of us may feel like we're doing too much. Some of us might feel overwhelmed with it and tired with it, and we're wondering why we aren't making it. Why am I doing all the ad things? Why am I doing all the social things? Why am I doing all the things I see the successful people doing, or the quote unquote successful people doing, What am I missing? And what they're missing is they're missing that breakthrough. They're missing that stuff under the surface. They're missing that foundation. They're missing growing. Like I learned this in Rachel Miller's program, and she talks about growing Facebook pages. There's different strategies from 0 to 1,000. 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 1 million. There might be some other other levels in between that, but there are literally levels to this. And so many of us get started on Facebook ads and posting on social every day, thinking we're going to break in at the ground level, that we are going to break in doing $1,000,000 strategies, $10,000 strategies. We're going to break in at that. And then we wonder why. Like I was just reading, another group I'm in, that somebody just had a really successful launch. And the person was saying, one of the things, because everybody's like, well, what did you do to have this launch? The person was saying, well, we did Facebook Lives every day. And I'm like, well, how did you get people on the Facebook Live? Because you can do Facebook Lives every day. I've seen people doing Facebook Lives every day and have 2-3 people, have 0 people. And for some reason, they think that if I just keep talking into space, that someone will start listening to me. And that's not what it is. The people who were talking about it forgot to mention that they had an email list that they told that they were going live every day. They forgot to mention that they've been putting out blog posts and putting out content that people were finding to get onto their email list to learn that they were going live. You see how that happens, right? They forgot to mention that they had a group, that people were coming from the group to watch their live. So yes, they were doing the Facebook Live every day. They were connecting with people. I do Facebook Lives to connect with you guys. Hey guys. They were connecting with their people every day, but they already had those people. Those people had already found them at least once. And so they were getting drawn into them. They weren't just finding them from the Facebook Lives. Maybe some of their friends were sharing and stuff like that, like I'm asking you guys to share. Don't forget to share. But what was the real focus was the content they had already created. The things that they had already done that was helping them to break through, helping them not to be the little jello, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle back to the surface. So the content you create will help you build the business you want. And not only will it help you to get your business out there, not only will it help you to drive the people, but it'll also help you to get the unique voice that you want. Every single one of us, I'm going to ask you guys in the comment, tell me what is the uniqueness about your business? What is the uniqueness about what you do and how you do it, and what makes you the person people should work with as opposed to the next person? Tell me right in the comments. I'll share it out here. I'll read it out. But every person has that unique point of view. Every person has their unique thing. And the reason how you share and tell and get people on board with your unique thing, the reason why you find, or how you find the people that want and need your unique thing, is you create the content around it. That's exactly what you do. You create the content around it. Like this challenge, the challenge about challenges that I'm in. They had interviews with Gigi, and I forgot her last name, and Damon John in the episode that I just watched. And both of them talked about what did they do to get it out there. Like Damon John, you guys know from Shark Tank and Fubu, but he was talking really more about Fubu and how they got started. And what did they do to, at the very beginning, get Fubu out there? They didn't just create clothes and start wearing them. They made sure that they created visual content that people were looking for. They made sure that they tapped into the culture and made sure that they were part of like music and hip hop and things like that, that they knew that people wanted to see, people thought was cool. They made themselves the content. Even with clothing, they made their clothing the content so that they could now break through that surface, that people were looking for them. What was different from them and the next t-shirt or the next pair of pants or the next, like he was talking about, he made the cuts, looser, lower cuts. They aligned themselves with Michael Jordan, who was already making content of his own, just by being a big player in the game, but also he was wearing looser shorts than most people were back in the day, back in his day, you know what I mean? So they aligned themselves with him, who was making content that appealed to their people. That's exactly what they did. Gigi, I forgot her last name. I'll put it in the comments when I get off of this thing. She does fitness, and like way back in the day, fitness. She's one of the first people to talk about fitness and health by body type, and not just saying, cut carbs and do cardio. So, or do aerobics. Back in the 80s, aerobics, right? She wasn't just saying cut carbs and do aerobics. She was saying that, your body, how your body is set up is going to base what your diet is going to be. That was her unique thing. But she didn't just say it. What did she do? She wrote about it. She wrote books about it. She wrote blogs about it. She wrote about it. She got on TV shows to talk about it. So she didn't just say it to herself. She didn't just say it to her friends. She didn't just like stand on her own mountaintop and think somebody was going to hear her. She made sure she created content that you can still find today. And that's what's even more important is that some of you may feel like I'm creating content. I'm going live. I'm doing all these Instagram shares. I'm doing all these things on social. But they aren't sustainable content. They aren't content that is going to keep somebody coming to your site. They aren't content that people are going to find later on. They are content that you're going to have to continue to create. And what happens when you're creating content all the time is that you're not doing the business stuff. You're not helping your clients. You can't even find your clients to help your clients. You're not doing all of that other type of stuff. So Shell said, enjoy. Okay, so you guys answered my question. My unique thing is simplifying wellness through the use of herbs. Therese, I love that. And I say, like, I looked at you like that because I know we were working on statements. That is a nice one. That is a nice one and super simple and something that people can easily, like, grab onto. And definitely, it makes you unique in the wellness space that you are using the uses of herbs. And I would even say herbs and ancient remedies because I know you. You know, make it even more unique. Like that is really carving you out for your uniqueness. Now all you need, and I know you've got some, but now you need is the content around that. What is out there that continues to say that people can find, that people can see, that you yourself can continue to share. You do share on social. Why not share your own stuff? I see people sharing their own stuff, sharing other people's stuff all the time. Why aren't we sharing our own stuff? If anyone's been on my webinar, you guys know I got a whole slide that says quote your damn self. Quote your damn self, share your damn self, do things for self and not just promotion. Your content, because that's what people want. People need to be hooked in and sold. No one just brought a Pepsi because, you know, Pepsi told them to buy it. They brought a Pepsi because they probably tasted it before. They might have brought a Pepsi because it's the only thing in the store, but that's a whole nother story. But you tasted it and was like, this recipe is good. Let me buy this again. I like that. You know, very rarely do we just buy stuff. Even with, like I told you guys, I'm out here. I just did a really quick wash and go on my hair. But even with my hair, every new product, and I've tried a lot of new products. Every new product that I've tried, I went to YouTube to watch videos. I was literally in the store, and it's funny, I was in Ulta yesterday because I wanted to get the pattern stuff. I'll be trying pattern next week. I was in Ulta yesterday, and I had my camera just like this because I was watching a video to see what she used on what Ulta brand, what Ulta pieces, because they have like different like coily and curly and blah blah blah. I wanted to know which one she used because I'd already watched her video. And a lady walked by me and she was like, "Girl, I do the same thing too." So even before we're making that purchase with that new thing, we are on here looking at content first. And we're not on Facebook because I ain't got time when I'm in the store to say, Facebook, what are you using? I want to go see the experts. I want to go see the ladies who I know what they're doing with these products. I want to see people who I know who have tried other products. So when they give an opinion, it's not just because you did one thing. It's because you did 20. I want to go people who I know got hair that looks halfway like mine. Much better, but halfway like mine. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about creating content, and creating content places where people can find it. I'm looking at videos that are last year before last. I try not to go more than 2 years because, you know, product formulas change. But I'm looking at videos that weren't just made yesterday. I'm looking at videos that weren't just made this month. I'm purposely looking for videos that have got some longevity because I want to see what they really thought. I want to see what the commenter thought. I want to see all the things. That's how people buy. That's how people shop. Whether it's for a product, a service, a course, especially if it's a course. Because I got to be sure that you can teach me. If you can't teach me, or if you can't tell me in your blog post what you do or how you help me, if I don't feel help on your website, if I don't feel like your website gave me any value or helped me at all, that does not make me want to shop with you. That makes me want to keep shopping. Keep going other places. You give me one good recipe, you give me one good strategy, you give me one good aha moment, and now I'm that much closer to shopping with you. But we are creating that content. So like I said in the title, you guys did see the title, right? The content you create will help to build the business that you want. Everything that you want, everything that you see that other people have that you're thinking, why can't I get that? How can I get that? All starts with your base content. All of it. The content that you're creating. So I'm going to read the comments some. All right, Therese said, yes, she gets it. Yes, yes. Shell said, my unique thing is creating wall art and my own line of home accessories. So, Shell, what are you sharing with your wall art? Not just sharing, because I know people tell you, go and find pretty pictures of home decor and share those out. That's nice. You got people who like decor. But how are they getting sold into you? How are they getting sold into, I want her decor in my house? That's what I want to see. I want to see you set up with your decor in my house. I want you to help me. Actually, I'm in the middle of doing this. I do want you to help me. I'm not in my office, but you guys, when you see my office, we've now changed my desk around. So I've got a big blank wall that I need to decorate or do something with. That's what I want. I want to see tips on things I can put on my wall, things that look good for entrepreneurs on camera, because I am on camera all the time, things that are going to look good behind you as an entrepreneur. That's the kind of content that I want to find, because those are the people I'm going to be like, oh, that's some good ideas. Let me see what she has to help me make those ideas come to life. You guys can't see my whole hand. I have to go like this so you guys can see the full body and all of my expressions. But yes, so you guys are getting it. You guys understand what I'm talking about. So Barbara said, I teach ladies how to create unique notebooks, journals, and planners. Barbara, I want that even more unique. What makes your teaching more unique? They want to create unique, but how do you help them be more unique? And I'm going to tell you, because I know your business too, right? I'm going to tell you one of your unique propositions is not even the fact that you help them create the journals and the notebooks. That's easy. You provide tools to make it easier for them. You provide tools to help them save time in doing it, so they can spend more time on getting their product out there. They can spend more time on their creative energy with what they want the journal to be, and less time creating lines on paper. Less time trying to figure out what's the best way to lay out a calendar. You're unique, or one of your unique, you have a lot of unique propositions, but your unique point of view is that journal making does not have to take hours and hours and hours. You've got the tools, you've got the templates, you've got the software. It does not have to take hours and hours and hours. If it takes somebody 1, 2, 3 hours to make one journal, they are wasting time and they're losing money, because they could have used one of your templates and got that done in 20 minutes. And so you think, if they're spending 1 hour to do one, if your templates help them take 20 minutes, they have now done 3 in that same amount of time. They've now tripled their ability to sell, tripled their profits, just by saving time with you. So your point of view, one of your point of views, but your point of view is definitely that you help them save time. You also help them save money, because you're giving them what you need to do. Here are the tools that you need to make this. Don't go to Michael's and shop out. Don't go to Michael's and buy every cutter machine, every cincher machine, every cover type. Just come here, come to my site. I'm going to tell you which one is better. We're going to make this decision. Like I do in the hair store with my hair products. We're going to make this decision. You're going to buy the right thing and you're going to go home. Who doesn't want that? Anyone here who makes journals or would want to make journals, would you not want it to take 20 minutes as opposed to an hour? Would you not want to have to not shop out at Michael's, get the one thing you need and go home and get to work? That's your POV. That's your point of view right there. Your unique point of view is not about you help them make journals. It's really about the time you help them save and the money you help them save making those journals. So yeah, I want you to write that down if you have not. Yes, you're welcome, Shell. You're welcome, Shell. So my phone is going to die. I'm literally under 10% now. So before it cuts me off, I am going to thank you guys for joining me this morning. Like I said, my new thing it's actually out, but you guys will be hearing more and more and more about it. So head on over to, Girl Get Visible, wrong site. Head on over to My SEO Writer. You can head over to Girl Get Visible too. My SEO Writer, head on over there and sign up for the wait list. I am going to be putting out a challenge very soon that is going to help you guys understand and create that foundational content that you need. I want you to create the content that you need to build the business that you want. So I'm going to be putting out a challenge soon. Keep your eyes open. Get on the wait list, because they will be the first to get invited to everything. My wait list folks are on my email list. You guys know. You guys are the first to hear about everything. And in my group, they hear about things first too. But I want you guys to get on the wait list. So head on over. Can I put this in the comments myself? Let's see. In the beginning, I told you guys I couldn't, which I can't. I can't share because Facebook is a sharing hater on mobile. That's why I usually go live from my desktop. But I'm outside with the dog and air drying my hair. So there. Sign up over there on My SEO Writer. Get on the waiting list. And I will be sending you guys some stuff on how to join us soon. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good day.